Welcome back, folks. My name's Shane. We're here at the Lyerbird Lounge. I'm going to take you inside a blues jam. That's right, this is the one that I go to probably twice a month. It's run by Tony, and there's a few guys that you might have already recognized on the channel over the last few years. So it should be a whole lot of fun. We're going to talk to a few people and sort of get inside their heads about maybe why they come here, how it's helped their playing, and just show you a little bit of the vibe of this place, because this is easily the best blues jam I've been to in Melbourne. And I've been blues jamming for way too long, probably over 20 years. So yeah, they're all a bit hit and miss. You never know what you're going to get, but we're doing the opening set, which means we're going to play for probably 40 minutes, completely improvised. There's no rehearsals, no set list, no song list, nothing. I'm just going to start some grooves, and Brian will start some grooves, and we'll just make some noise. So that's what it's all about. It's all about having fun and getting outside of the house and increasing your musicality. So let's go in and check it out.
The Elwood Blues Club is currently hosted at the Lyerbird Lounge in Ripponlea, which is a suburb here in Melbourne, Australia. The jam starts at 4 p.m. with the host band doing about 45 minutes or so, and then the jam sets go all the way through till 8 p.m. If you plan on coming down, leave your amps at home, just bring a guitar, cables or bass guitar, and if you're a drummer, just bring some sticks and you'll be good to go.
Brian with the sax, it was very enjoyable. I missed you guys last week. I heard it was pretty big, Drew. So anyway, it's good to be back. We've had some big gigs, and it's good to see everyone in the room again, and we're going to have a bit of fun. So.
So this is Tony, the man who runs the jam. Well done, mate. You've been doing this a while now. How long have you been at it?
I thought of it today. I thought running the jam totally is probably about 10 years now.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah, I like doing it. It's a bit of fun.
What keeps you running the jam? What do you enjoy about it?
I get a kick out of just watching people have fun at the jam, whether it's the musicians or the people that come to see their friends play or just be entertained. Mm-hmm. It's a good thing, and they love it. You know, we're renowned to be one of the best jams I know around, and I've been to a few of them in my time. So yeah, no, it works. Yeah. Keep it low key. Don't put any pressure on anyone. Mm-hmm. If someone messes up, just let them mess up. You don't crucify anyone on the night.
I made enough mistakes at the start, so yeah, no one gets crucified.
No. That's
I got to say too, you actually run it like clockwork here. It's one of the few jams you can go to where there's not a lot of like preferential treatment. Some jams you go to, it's real clicky, and you guys won't get a go. You make sure you get through everybody.
I get to know everyone personally that comes, and if they're new, I talk to them fairly quickly, find out a bit about them, what they do, and if there's any time preferences, because I have people here that have pretty strict time preferences, Alex playing bass now, he has to go and play in Carlton in a minute. So he said, mate, can I get up and play quick? I said, yeah, of course you can, you know. And Matt starts work at 3:30 in the morning, so I'll get him up fairly quick when he arrives as well. So you get through them.
How do you feel it sort of helps people's development as players? Like, just from, have you seen people sort of, you know, move from like the beginner stage through to...
Oh, well, even young Jude, who we had in the last set there.
His playing's great.
His playing's good. He needs a lot more technique on the mic and all that sort of stuff. But his mum and dad come, and they love it. It's a real family thing. And Jesse contacts me. I have everyone's phone number pretty well up. They'll text me and say, they tell me when they're coming, and it gives me a bit of an insight as to already, you know, what drummers I've got coming. We have a fairly high standard of really core musicians that come, and it's able to carry the jam all the way through if you are what I call a closet player, and not playing in bands, and you know, and they're keen enough to come, and I admire them for doing that. If not playing in bands, mate, I wouldn't get up there and do it if I didn't have experience. I'll tell you, too hard.
would you define the difference maybe between a great jam set and when the band's going really well? Is it similar? Is it different?
It's a different adrenaline hype. Usually, what happens at the jam, I'll know who can really play and do good sets. So, like towards the end of the night, I'll set up some really good sets, i.e., when you guys and the old Mount D boys get together. It's always magic. And I know it's always magic, and I know it always works. And I get, a few of the favourite drummers that love to play with you guys. And it works.
Cool. Yeah.
In a band environment, when we're playing, well, I just love watching people on the floor. If they're yahoo and having a good time, well, I'm having a good time. That's what I'm paid to do, to be an entertainer, which is what I do.
Do you find there's far less pressure at the jam, so it's sort of like a bit more open, bit more free?
Look, I used to worry about the jam all the time. You couldn't preempt who was coming. I'm not a massive social media type. And I get texts like Sunday morning, "Oh, Tony, is the jam on today? I haven't seen anything up there." I said to my wife, "I better do a poster for the jam and put it up on the social media and all that stuff." But I used to worry about it. I don't anymore. I do the George Costanza. I do the opposite, and it seems to work. It really seems to work. So I don't worry about it.
It's always busy.
It is.
We haven't had it. There's no I know I'm not here every week, but I might come twice every month or so, and it's always busy.
Well, look at today.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it's a cold, wet winter's night. There's a massive festival up in Echuca as we speak. There's a lot of, as we call them, punters up there that are up there, viewing the music, and we've still got a big crowd. And I run the raffle. I do a little thing. If I feel it's right, I run the raffle around. Creates a bit of excitement. We give away a box of chocolates or a crummy CD or something like that. But people like it.
We did the host set earlier.
Yes.
You basically book different players for different weeks.
Yeah, I do.
And just sort of
I
get
just
people
run a
up.
spreadsheet, and I run it. I try and have a month's out, and sometimes we get international people that will contact me.
Cool.
I've got a sax player out of England, Bob. He comes out every Christmas.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah, he's a really good player. So he emails me when he's coming out.
Cool.
And I'll work around him as well. So I'll get him up in one of the main sets.
Yeah, sweet.
And I try and spread it around between the players. A lot of the people that are actually jamming, I've had in the feature set. And it's a bit of a reward for them, I feel, to say thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, it's a great experience.
Well, it is a great experience. Young Jude, I got him up. His grandfather came out from Austin, Texas. He's from Texas. And I said to Jesse, Jude's dad, I said, look, I want to get Jude in the main house set for when his grandfather's out, and it'll be first paid gig.
Oh, that's nice, man.
First paid gig. I wanted to be with us. And he did a great job. He was very nervous, but he did a really, really good job. And I think you got to give the kids or the young players the push along and protect them a little bit too. I mean, in my day, mate, there weren't jams around when I was young growing up. None of that sort of stuff existed at all. I was just thrust into it and start playing. So, they're good. It's a good social thing, I think. It does a lot for the community.
A lot of the guys that are here tonight, like Alex and a few of the other guys, Brian, I met jamming essentially 20-odd years ago. And
what I love too is you get a lot of groups formed out of the jam. And Alex has formed a band with Dave Peel, Big Dave, and I think Pete Cave's on drums. Pete was one of our regular drummers, and they've formed a band. I mean, and the thing with it too, I've been asked, can you guys put a band together? Yeah, of course. We can throw players together very fast. We can do a whole night. No problem. We all sort of have the same mindset on where we're going with the music. We don't put each other in danger, or it's always complimentary in it. And it's good.
This is my good friend Dave on bass guitar. You might recognize him from other videos on my YouTube channel. Dave's a resident bass player here, and I want to pick his brain about some things to think about if you're new to jamming.
Probably the most critical thing is communication. And I keep dobbing you in as one of the best communicators when it comes to playing. unless somebody can communicate easily and quickly where the changes are, where the one is, where the start is, where the dynamics are when you want to go up and down. And that's another difference between jams and gigs. A lot of jammers aren't that polished with that communication.
Yeah.
And half the time you're kind of trying to guess what are they trying to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I always use you as an example of probably the best communicator I've ever played with.
Oh, thanks, man.
You can always tell exactly what you're intending.
Yeah.
If you're intending for a stop to come in or for things to go up or down or some sort of variation, it's always kind of, I don't know, it's hard to put a finger on it.
Yeah, that's
But
an experience thing, I think. It's sort of like you're aware of, I used to lead bands. Obviously, we did a gig as a three-piece not long ago, so that sort of comes with like just experience and confidence as well, and hearing it and also just sharing it around. You know, when you first start playing live, I know how nervous I was. It's really easy to get inside your own head and not be aware of, you know, who's done what and all that. There's a lot more that goes on. I think a lot of people who might just play guitar, which is fine too, they don't know how the distribution part of it works. There's a lot going on. You got to try to keep everyone who's, you know, contributing to it happy as well. You know, I've been known to throw the odd drum solo or bass solo as well. But yeah, I think, you know, the guys I listen to, especially like Buddy Guy, you know, he's always, their band was always great. Albert Collins, all these guys, they're very obvious cues about like where things are, and it makes a difference, you know, like really, you know, something's coming. Might not always work, but you know, hey, something's about to happen.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for letting us go.
You're here for a play? Talk to this guy back here, Tony. Thank you, Shane. You'll get you up next week. No.
The great sign of a bass player is when you don't have to keep turning around much. You're locked in, you're playing good parts, and I've just seen you sort of grow and develop. Do you think the jams, the constant live playing has helped in that way, or?
Yes, yes, and where jamming helps you, you're always thrown in the deep end. Mm-hmm. It's something gets thrown up and you've got to pull out a groove.
Yeah. I tried something new tonight and threw that at you.
Look, yes, it worked eventually, but not at the start.
No.
It kind of started, to me, it started off a little bit roughish and we kind of polished up.
Yeah.
And it is a great example of where something gets thrown in. A lot of times, something gets thrown in. It's great from the start. Other times, look, worst cases, every now and then, it will fall apart. Mm-hmm. And you just think this was just crap. But a lot of times, you kind of, you find the best groove that fits, depending on what the drummer's doing, depending on what everyone else is doing. Mm-hmm. Probably the key is kind of listening to everyone else.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing between where things work well is when everyone is listening.
Yeah.
When
100%.
people don't listen, when they kind of just play by themselves to themselves, that's where it falls apart.
Yeah.
When it ends up being mushy, it's because people aren't listening to each other.
I was going to ask, what's your piece of advice you might give someone who's thinking about coming to the jams that hasn't before? It could just be listening, but would you say anything else? Like, say someone wants to come down, play some guitar, drums, bass, whatever. Would you give them any advice from your experience doing it for quite some time now?
Listen to everyone else, and if you can't hear everyone else clearly, you're too bloody loud. Turn yourself down. The other thing is, with jams, the house band typically starts off, volume's typically quite okay, and then you find that set after set, the volume goes up.
Yeah.
Discipline.
Yep.
And it is hard to control that discipline because on stage you can't tell. It's really hard to tell how loud things are.
Yeah, it is.
So that kind of volume control and listening to everyone else, probably two key things.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree. I think one of the things I always love doing after, like if I get a set in the middle of the night, once the volume creeps up, you just start with like so much space and the volume right down, and all the ear fatigue kind of resets itself a little bit. It's, yeah, the dynamics are what makes the music special with blues.
But again, you're one of the few people who frequently brings it down, brings it right down to reset the whole thing. even in a gig, you bring it right down to reset the volume, so you've got somewhere to go.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're playing up there all the time, well, you've got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, your amp might go to 11, but if you're playing at 11, where are you going to go after that?
Yeah. Just got to hit it with more pedals, right? No.
Just coming back to the other question about what would you recommend to people? Don't everyone play the same bloody thing.
Yeah.
Don't everyone play the same riff. Mm-hmm. If a bass is playing a riff, don't play the same riff on guitar. Play something different. Play chords.
Yeah.
And you don't have to hit all six strings.
Yeah, I would also say, like, if you're a guitarist, you got a volume control, play your rhythm guitar lower than your lead guitar, and don't play over the singer. That would be my couple of tidbits there of just years of jamming and having some fun. But yeah, I love jamming. I love the fact that there's the pressure of all the things that come along with gigging out there. You can turn up and play, have a great night, and go home. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's that unpredictability.
Yeah.
You just don't know what's going to come out.
Yeah.
And I think jamming kind of does bring the best out of you. Mm-hmm. It does force you to, well, sink or swim.
Yeah.
It's really as simple as that.
If you're new to jamming and something's not right, it's really easy to get sort of, a bit sort of like, oh no, what's going on? I don't want to do much or whatever. But sometimes, like, you got to dig through that stuff. And I think over the years, like, that sort of shapes your musicality as well. Like, I know we've all been in situations where it's either been amazing or it's been a struggle, but trying in those situations, brings out the best in everybody. And it's it's something I'm always conscious of. What do you think, musically speaking, makes this jam more successful than others? Because I know what my opinion on it is, but
Two words.
Yeah.
No egos.
Yeah.
No egos in this place.
Yeah.
I go to other jams and I'm just really not disappointed, but they need to be dragged into line a bit, these players, and just say, you can't do that. It's not about you. It's about the whole set. Or entertain. Get up there in a band concept. So, and even Drew, one of my drummers that fills in for me when I'm playing, he said the same thing. He said, man, I don't know how you do it, but it always works. I said, well, you know yourself. We don't allow egos into place.
Yeah.
And if they are, they don't come back. They might last 1 or 2 weeks. They don't come back. I've been called, oh, you're a dictator and all that. I think I'm not necessarily a dictator.
Fair.
You've got to have someone leading the ship.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
I lead the ship. I'll pick up glasses. I'll do anything to help the venue on the night, make it a successful night. And, we only go to, it's a 4-hour jam. And there's not many jams that will constantly go every week for that length of time.
No.
And we do it.
It's great.
Week in, week out.
You do a great job, man.
Thank you,
As I
mate.
said, I know how hard it is running these things, and you're the most fair, and you get through everybody.
And I just watch the door, see who's coming in, and if someone goes, I'll remember. If they didn't get a go, I'll put them up first next time.
Yeah, great.
And
Cool.
you've got to be fair to people.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, thanks for
Thank you, mate.
encouraging the jammers, and thanks for
and thank you
having
for
me
your
as well, mate.
fantastic YouTube channel too.
Oh.
It always works, man. And for a drummer, I'm really interested in watching your guitar channel, because a lot of the places you've been to and you go, I've been there too, and I love it. It brings back a lot of memories. So thanks, mate.
No,
I always enjoy it.
Cool.
Thank you, mate.
No, that's awesome.
My love for you, babe. As the years go passing by. Alright, bring it down. Take it, Brian. This is one of the jam sets here featuring Brian on electric guitar. He was the guy playing sax earlier. He plays a mean electric. It's actually his first instrument, but man, what a player. It's great to be able to actually sit down and have a chat with him about the jam night, so let's get into it.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the jams. We've been jamming for years. We've jammed everywhere around Melbourne. What keeps you coming back to the blues jams?
I think because besides the social side of things, you know, you meet some great guys and you meet some good players. I think it's the fact that there's no pressure.
Yeah.
Like a gig, you're always, you know, you're worried about there aren't enough people attending, and you know you're the wrong sort of band for the crowd and all that. But with here you can play basically whatever you want, because and you can, if you've if you worked on a lick or something like that, you can have a go at it, and if you stuff it up, it doesn't matter, because you know it's just a jam, and I love that.
Yeah, I mean, it was the true essence of a jam. That's your first time doing sax and singing in that particular lineup tonight, right?
In a jam scenario, I feel very uncomfortable without a guitar in my hand, because it's hard to, like, it goes like this, you know. Without a guitar, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
But I just felt that I've been working on my sax playing over the last few years since I retired, and I just felt like, so I'm down here quite often, and I thought I'll bring it down for a change for myself and a change for the people that come to listen.
Yeah, it's great.
And and give you more space for your playing.
Man, the space was something that I noticed. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I've got to completely change my approach, which was good.
get well no more. Well, I had my fun, but I don't get well no more. Well, my body's ill, I believe I'm going on.
I think there's a fair amount of skill in making a good set in a jam scenario, because you're not just getting your own shit sorted out. You have to, if something's not the way you expected, you have to adapt.
Yes.
And that can be, well, you have to sort of go with it, because you can't change what other people are doing.
No.
So you become more versatile and reactive in your playing.
Yeah.
And the challenge is to make it interesting and good. Some of the other jams, people will go there and maybe not have a good experience, so they'll give it a miss for a month or something like that. But here you get people that are here week after week, and I think it's because Tony is very fair and tries to give everyone a good go, and everyone does get a good go here. It's not about the house band or anything like that. It's about the players here.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the other jams, it's more about the people involved in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well said. No,
Yeah.
we're not going to mention any names.
No.
So there you have it, that's the Elwood Blues Club Jam at the Lyerbird Lounge here in Melbourne, Australia. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Put a lot of work into this. It was filmed over the course of about 3 or 4 nights, so I hope you really get a kick out of a little bit about what goes on here at the jams in Australia. Now, I've also jammed in other parts of the world, and the jam nights are pretty similar. It all just comes down to how they run and making sure that everybody gets a shot, which I think is what separates this jam from a lot of the others, where I think sometimes they focus too much on the house band and not enough on everyone else who comes to be a part of the night. So a massive thanks to Tony for making this as enjoyable as he does each and every week. And if you live in Melbourne, Australia, head down here on a Sunday between 4 and 8 p.m. Get yourself a play. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Catch you soon. See ya.